along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of each other. Hey! What a wonderful kind of day. Hey! What a wonderful kind of day. Hey!
Cyber check, we're moving, we're beating hacker at his game. Don't tell me that he's trying to hack the motherboard, you'll get him every time. Cosmic world, risky places that we see. We got the power, a 1, 2, 3. The chase is on, just wait and see why we get online with Cyber Chase.
According to the Guinness World Records, set has the largest number of meanings of any word in the English language, with 430 different senses listed in the 1989 edition of Second Edition of the Oxford English Dictionary. The word sets the record with an entry running 60,000 words, or 326,000 characters, and no other English word has come close since.
Seatbelts, everyone! The Magic School Bus!
Step inside, it's a wilder ride. Come on!
Ride on the Magic School Bus!
Some planets produce diamond rain. Saturn and Jupiter are gas giant planets that produce a truly unique form of weather. Recently, scientists discovered that there is plenty of carbon in these atmospheres. When carbon soot gets hit by lightning, it hardens into graphite and falls downward, where the pressure of the atmosphere hardens it even further, until it becomes, you guessed, a diamond. Storms on these planets may literally rain diamonds as big as a centimeter across.
Guyana has drafted a Green State Development Strategy that will guide the development of our country over the coming years. Its goal is to ensure that all Guyanese live comfortably in a safe and healthy environment. But for this to happen, economic growth will be necessary. A very important aspect of economic growth is agriculture. Agriculture is vital to Guyana's economy because it contributes 16% to our GDP.
Be there!
Welcome to Is a Guyanese Thing, where we feature various aspects of our beautiful Guyanese culture and the many things that make it unique. Imagine this. You're walking down the street and a wonderful aroma hits you, captivating your senses. It's almost lunchtime and you realize you're really hungry. Somebody cooking a nice curry boy. One of Guyana's most famous dishes, stemming from our East Indian ancestors, curry is a flavorful option for any meal. It is mostly had with staples such as roti, dal puri, or rice, and some enjoy adding pepper to their curries for a kick of spice. A number of meats can be used in a curry, most popularly chicken, beef, fish, and shrimp. Each Guyanese household tends to have a slightly different preparation for their curry, but a common inclusion is the key spices, which are curry powder, jeera, and garam masala. Notable mention should also be made of the greatly adored 7 curry. This is made with 7 different curries made to be eaten with rice using your hands. It usually includes pumpkin, bhaji, also known as spinach, katahar, potato and chana or chickpeas, balanje, edo and daw, and is usually served in a water lily leaf. There's nothing that can compare to a hot plate of homemade curry. Its delicious flavors appeal to children and adults alike. I guess one can say it's probably a Guyanese thing.
This is Guyana. This is beautiful Guyana.
In 1833, the British government, influenced by humanitarian, economic, political, and other considerations, decided to make slavery illegal throughout the British Empire with effect from 1st August 1834. But there was a catch. The now free captives were not permitted to leave the plantations. Captives would be required to serve an additional 6 years before they were completely freed. This period was called apprenticeship. Apprenticeship was created to mainly serve the white planters who, after slavery ended, were paid a total of £20 million for losing their property. Apprenticeship gave the planters breathing space to find other labor sources and was designed to prepare the apprentices and the colony for full freedom. This was the time Damon was living in. In Essequibo, the former enslaved Africans, now called apprentices, protested the new scheme. Work stopped occasionally during the week from Sunday, August 3rd. On Sunday, Charles Bean, the owner of Plantation Richmond, joined with other planters to kill 65 pigs belonging to the apprentices. This act was just one of many by the planters that attempted to keep the captive workforce dependent on them. On Saturday, August 9, 1834, the labor situation took a dramatic turn, with apprentices gathering in the Trinity churchyard at La Belle Alliance. The apprentices could not imagine that they had been freed, but were still required to work the plantation for wages they could not question. The planters called for troops, who surrounded the churchyard. Damon, who was an apprentice at Richmond, along with other apprentices, raised a white flag with a black cross through it as a symbol of their freedom and independence. More and more apprentices from the plantations between Richmond and Devonshire Castle gathered in the churchyard stopping work, convinced that Bean and other plantation owners were trying to steal their freedom. They demanded to see the governor and refused to return to work. Governor Carmichael Smith arrived on Monday, 11th August, and the crowd quickly and peacefully obeyed his orders to end the seizure of the churchyard. The flag was pulled down. The governor addressed the workers the next day at Plantation Richmond. He explained the apprenticeship period, arrested the leaders of the demonstration, and ordered the rest back to work. Damon, by this time, was being referred to as the captain, and hence leader of the unrest. He and others were taken to Georgetown, tried, and found guilty of rebellion. None of these men had threatened the planters or their property and had not attacked anyone. 4 of them were sentenced to terms of imprisonment and severe floggings, while 2 were sentenced to transportation. Damon was sentenced to death. At noon on Monday, October 13, 1834, Damon was hung on a scaffold specially erected in front of the freshly opened public buildings, now the Parliament Building. Damon's peaceful resistance has left a lasting impression on the people of Essequibo. This is reflected in the fact that Damon has not one, but 2 structures honoring his stand for freedom in Pomeroon, Supernam, Region 2. The first is Damon's Cross. Damon's Cross is located in the La Belle Alliance Cemetery. The white cross marks the old Trinity churchyard where Damon and the other apprentices assembled. The second structure, honoring Damon's place as a freedom fighter, is the 1834 monument, commonly known as the Statue of Damon or Damon's Monument, located in Anna Regina. The Statue of Damon was designed by Mr. Ivor Thom, who also designed the 1822 monument in Georgetown. The 9-foot-tall bronze memorial depicts Damon in a giant chair, weighs 3 tons, and rests on a concrete plinth. After the monument was completed, it was displayed in front of the Parliament buildings. On July 31, 1988, to commemorate the 150th anniversary of the abolition of slavery, the statue was unveiled in its permanent home, now called Damon Square or Damon's Park. The plaque embedded in the concrete plinth describes the events of the 1834 revolt. Hugh Tommy Payne, in his book 10 Days in August 1834, described Damon's stand as the continuation of the Guyanese fight against colonialism, which began with our indigenous peoples and continued with our ancestors as they made Guyana their home, a fight that continues to present day. May we always honor Damon, who sacrificed his life for freedom and said in his own words, "I forgive everybody, and I hope I put my trust in Jesus."
Welcome to Is a Guyanese Thing, where we feature various aspects of our beautiful Guyanese culture and the many things that make it unique. On Water Street in Georgetown, a tall, loyal, octagonal structure stands high and proud. It has led seamen towards the shores for many years. The Georgetown Lighthouse was built in 1817 by the Dutch to guide seafaring vessels from the Atlantic Ocean into the Demerara River. This almost 200-year-old building remains standing today and looks down on what was once Fort William Frederick, now the Transport and Harbors Department. The lighthouse is the second of 2 lighthouses to be built at its current location. The foundation stone of the current structure was laid in the year 1830. The lighthouse is the only structure of its kind found in Guyana. It continues to serve as a navigation aid to the many vessels and sailors making their way to and from Port Georgetown with its red and white, straight tapered stripes. Stay tuned for more interesting details on historical structures right here on Is a Guyanese Thing.
Sugar. Our ancestors died for it. Guyana was
Every time you turn on the lights, switch on the stereo, a better future for us all. You can learn more about energy conservation and sustainable energy by visiting GEA's website www.gea.gov.gy.
Oh jeez, it's what happening over there?
Hey Johnson, you gotta use more water on the roof, man. What happened to you? You seeing the flames there, boy?
Yo, is how this fire start, buddy?
Usual story, man. The one over there gone trying for thief current by running wire to the post. Now watch, he house burning down.
Lord, what we gonna do? What we gonna live? I'm tired telling you about this thief and electricity. Don't look who we there.
Oh Lord, what's this on me head here today? Me house burning down. What you gonna do?
Oh, Father, what we gonna live?
What you gonna do? And where you gonna live? Like y'all is studying that when you're the thief and the thing, no? Hey Johnson, Stevens, bring the hose over here, man. Oh, buddy, y'all want the whole block burned down or what?
People, stealing electricity is dangerous to life and property, and it is also against the law.
Let us all protect our mangrove forests.
Ever wondered what's at the center of the Earth? Now, contrary to Jules Verne's journey to the center of the Earth, filled with extinct and mythical creatures, our world is quite different. If we were to indeed travel to the center of the Earth, we'd end up finding the core. Now, the core of the Earth is divided into two parts, the solid inner core and the liquid outer core. The solid inner core is made up of iron and has a radius of about 760 miles, or 1,220 kilometers, according to NASA. It is surrounded by a liquid outer core composed of a nickel-iron alloy. Now, the outer core is about 1,355 miles, or 2,180 kilometers thick. The inner core spins at a different speed than the rest of the planet. This is thought to cause the Earth's magnetic field. When charged particles from the solar wind collides with air molecules above Earth's magnetic poles, it causes the air molecules to glow, causing the auroras, or the northern and southern lights.
Hi, I'm Anna. Just like you, I love being online. The internet is so amazing, but things like cyberbullying makes it scary. Cyberbullying is any form of unkind words that you can text, write, or post that hurts or harms anyone else, including someone you don't like. Cyberbullies can be very mean, and sometimes I am tempted to be mean too. But I always remind myself of how I feel when someone is unkind to me, which helps me be nice. You can't defend yourself by being a bully, so think before you post. Don't say things out of anger or make jokes about someone. Speak up if you see your friends being bullied. Tell your friend to tell an adult, Or you can reply to the bully's comment with a message such as, "That's not nice," or "That message is unkind." Kind words can help people, but cyberbullying can cause you not to want to speak or to play with anyone and make you feel sick and sad. If cyberbullying is happening to you on WhatsApp or anywhere online, stand up for yourself in 2 ways. 1. Block the person who is being a bully. 2. Share the message used to bully you with your parents or a trusted adult, such as a grandparent or religious leader. Remember, no one has the right to be unkind online.